Hello. Wow, what a beautiful crowd. I'm Zuleika Moreno. I'm Dominican and Colombian. My mom is Colombian. She raised me by herself. Listen, I've heard all the Trevor Noah jokes, okay? About la cocaína and the cartels. I like to tell people, listen, my mom grew up in Colombia. She got the training she needed to immigrate to America and join the greatest cartel in the world. The U.S. State Department. Yeah! U.S. State. I know we can't really be proud right now, but it's a good joke. In any case, when I moved to the U.S., I didn't speak English. They put me in the 3rd grade, and I didn't know what anybody was saying. All I was able to say was a nickname that this kid I had a crush on gave me. So I was walking around school introducing myself like this. Hi, I'm Fat Cat. Okay, at any age, you move to another country and you don't speak the language and you introduce yourself with your greatest insecurity, that's gonna put some hair in your chest or your balls, all right? Okay, side note, you know that show, Is It Cake?
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't that be the most suspenseful Is It Cake ever? Okay? Producer's like, is it cake? That better be red velvet coming out of there or this show is immediately canceled. It's just curiosities, you know? Yeah, my husband's French. People have a lot of weird stuff to say about the French. Do they eat escargot? Yeah, it's delicious. You never ate your boogers as a kid? Escargot is the taste of nostalgia. Salty and buttery all over. It's just a little bigger. Do they eat frogs? I've seen them on the menu, but I gotta draw the line at amphibious, okay? Too many opportunities for disease. Are they really that into anal?
Yep.
I don't know about the country, but he sure is a pain in my ass. Because this inflation is off the chain. You better keep your dog on its chain, right? I come from a household on a budget. My mom was a single mom. She used to number the American cheese. A number for every day. She had to make me a sandwich, okay? This happened after she got up to my room, sat on my bed, and it crumbled under her like an aluminum wrap burrito. Yeah. Little boys hide porn under the mattress, but Fat Cat, I was hiding government cheese. I'm telling you this so you know that I'm a person that has always been on a budget. But some of you guys really be doing the most when you take your dogs to the salon, okay? You're not just getting the $30 number 3 clipper fade like Luigi Mangione got in prison. You're paying extra, and they're coming out looking all poofy and juicy. You know how people tend to resemble their dogs? Let me tell you about Claudia. Claudia's Brazilian and Claudia got a body like a Coke bottle. When she brings her little Bichon Frise home, they look like they have matching BBLs, okay? Brazilian butt lips, snatched in the waist, poofy on the bottom. Jeff, this other dude with a dog. You know those golden doodles that kind of have my hair? Or red? This guy will be walking his dog, and in the right sunlight, it'll hit the dog, and he looks like he's walking a freshly fried chicken tender. Delicious! I thought it was me, but it's a meme. I ran upstairs and looked on the computer, and it turns out that people that breed these dogs put the puppies in a basket to advertise them and show them off looking like a 6-piece value meal. I'm just telling y'all, if we're not supposed to be eating these things, why do they look so finger-licking good? Spanish in Spain is a little different. Everybody's heard the reggaeton songs where they're like, ay, papi, dame más. Spain, they don't say papi, they say tío. I was in Madrid and I heard this woman say, ese tío está guapo, and I had to break my neck to see the hot uncle back there. But that means in that intimate situations, they're saying, ay, tío, dame más. Yes, uncle, give me more. Ooh, that's just nasty. Shut the laptop, we are done here. So I was at a bar the other night, and I was talking to this guy, and the drunker he got, the more he would lean in. At one point, it was like he was talking into my mouth. And he was like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude, I can taste what you're saying. If I happen to forget what you're saying, I'll remember it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, I don't have kids. I have a friend that has kids. She just had twins. She is allowed 1 glass of wine during the week. So we go out to get this glass of wine, and we're sitting there at the bar. She's telling me about the chaos at home. The crying, she can't sleep. These kids, people say twins are on the same, no, they're different. So when one goes to sleep, you're still up taking care of the other one, and the bartender, and she's pouring her glass of wine, says, I know what that's like. I have 2 dogs at home. Yeah, that face you're making to me right now is the face my friend Christine gave me. I had to interject that was like, did you breastfeed those dogs for 9 months? Because if we're gonna make this comparison, we're gonna have to go tit for tat, or tootie for tootie in this scenario. Christine's like, I'll show you mine if you show me yours. That was the end of that discussion. For the gory part of my Halloween special, I have a prediction to make. I think Reagan, or as I like to call her,
Australian gentrification clown is going to be the most popular costume of the year. Another undeserved accolade for this woman. I'm not going to bang on her specifically. You know, as a feminist, I'm like, fucking take a win, whatever. But did you know that the colonists that went to Australia, they were criminals. They genocided their native population of color. And then they enacted a law that didn't allow immigrants of color till 1973, you guys. Yo, that's like 50 years ago, okay? So when you saw this at the Olympics, and the next day, the Olympic Committee was like, oh no, we weren't having a laugh, that's the best we got. Believe them, okay? 100, yup.
LA is just not conducive to dating sometimes, you know? You'll be out looking like $1 million, you know, and the guy will show up in his finest pair of Crocs. And honey, he'll have the capacity to ask you what your body count is. For those of you that don't know, body count is how many people you've slept with. Honey, we just met. And I'm a grown-ass woman that's fast approaching 50. Baby, that's like asking me how many chickens I've eaten in life. You want to know the sides too? Because ladies, the main course ain't always intercourse. But it's all been delicious. I was cool. I looked at him and I was like, listen, honey, I'm going to need the weekend to marinate on this assignment. I'm going to sit on the couch, open a bottle of Pinot, pop open an Excel spreadsheet. I'll print it out on a CVS receipt, baby. I'll show up like Simone Biles at the ribbon dancing competition. Sex Rolodex on a stick. Woo! This child, he was like, Rolodex? I didn't know you was an old head. Well, I didn't know you was a misogynist either, and yet here we are, out in public. But don't worry, Poppy. We both know why we swiped right, okay? At those nice hot pictures of me on the beach. I was looking for a good time and you was looking for a sugar mama. In America, we call that a queen.
Thank you so much. You've been a great audience. My name is Zuleika Moreno. You can find me at Zuleika Comedy on all the apps you waste time on while you're pooping.